YouTube family, what's good? It's your boy Enrico the Barber, and today we are back with yet another video. So in today's video we are doing a major transformation. So basically my client came in with curly textured hair, really curly on top. It looks like a bit of an afro. So we cut that all the way down to 1.5 with the grain. Gave him a mid skin fade. This one is gonna be super cool, super exciting. I definitely changed a little bit of the way that I edit my videos. So you guys, if you do notice it, let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. And don't forget, if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Most importantly, leave a like and interact with me. Let me know how you feel about the content in the comment section. And yeah, it is your boy Enrico the Barber. Let's go ahead and let's check out today's video. We are doing the mud skin fade. Let's go. Guys, let's go ahead and let's jump straight into today's tutorial. As you can see, we are doing the mud skin fade curly top transformation. So first things first, with any tutorial, you know we start off by either combing the hair, or as you can see we have a bit of an afro here. So what we will do is we'll grab our afro comb and we'll just make sure we release all the coils. And by coils I mean all the curls that are coiling up. Make sure we loosen them up so that when we do come through with the clipper, it is easier to cut. So now I'm starting off with my Wahl cordless magic clip with my number 2 guard, and as you can see I'm cutting with the grain. So why I'm cutting with the grain is because my client said he wants to start waving. So basically we're starting off the foundation, and I had to jump down to my Wahl Designer because they just give me a bit more power and it's much easier to cut, especially when the hair is this thick. And over there you can see I'm following the hair growth pattern, making sure that I'm cutting with the grain throughout. So next off we'll still take our number 2 guard, but now we're gonna cut against the grain. So basically all we're doing right here is we are debulking. Just so basically I prefer to debulk before I start fading, especially if my client's hair is this long on the sides, just so that I have more than enough room for myself to fade with, more than enough room to see where the fade is going, to set my guides, etc. Next off we're gonna go with no guard, lever closed. We're gonna turn our clip around and we're gonna set in our first guideline. So with this guideline we'll make sure that our guideline is in line with our client's eye, the point of our client's eyebrow, as you can see over there. And all I did was I turned my clip around and we're gonna just start debulking around this area over here. Next off I'm gonna grab my Wahl Detailers and we're gonna go ahead and clean off the rest of the bulk amount of hair that we did leave behind. I really prefer to use my detailers in this section because they get a really nice close cut. Clean the client up really well. So next off what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead with no guard, lever open, and we're gonna set in our next guideline of about 1/2 inch. We're gonna make sure that our next guideline is consistent right throughout the entire head. Make sure that the length is even, so just go over the guide a few times to make sure that you do get the even length. So next off, we're gonna go to our Wahl magic clip. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna start off with our with no guard lever open, and what we are gonna do is we're gonna gradually work our way down. As you can see, I just adjusted my lever. We're gonna adjust our lever all the way to it being closed, and that way that's a technique, or let me rather say the method we use to get rid of harsh guidelines. I also prefer using my magic clip when getting rid of this specific guideline, because I have a fade blade on here, so I can get really close and get rid of any harsh guidelines. And what we'll do is we'll continue to use the exact same steps by working our lever all the way down to being closed once again on the back as well as the other side. So next off, we're gonna go grab our number 1 guard, and we're gonna set in our next guideline. Make sure our lever is open, and with this next guideline, we're gonna set in a guideline of about 1/2 inch again. So like I said with the previous guideline, what you need to do is you need to make sure that you go over the same spot a few times, just to make sure that you do get the hair nice and even, so that when you do come through and blend it out, it is much easier to do. So as you can see over there, I closed my lever, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna soften up the bottom guide over there, and we're gonna start blending that bottom guideline out. Next off, we're gonna grab our 0.5 guard, lever open. We're gonna focus on the bottom guide. Once we are happy with the length, or once we feel like we've got it short enough and it's not going any shorter, what you can go ahead and do is, once you're comfortable, you can close the lever, and then you'll see much more of a transition in the blend. And as you can see, that bottom guideline is basically disappeared. And we'll follow the exact same steps at the back as well as on the other side. And you'll really notice me turning my clip in different directions. That's because I really want to cut against the grain, because when you do cut against the grain, you get a much closer cut, and you get the hair much shorter, easier, much quicker as well. Next off, I'm gonna go no guard, lever open, and now all we're gonna basically do is we're gonna do some detailing work. So if need be, you can adjust your lever. If there's certain dark spots that don't want to lighten up with your lever being open, you can adjust your lever slightly, just to make sure that you do get rid of those spots. Next off, I'm gonna go back to my Wahl Designer, and I have a 1.5 guard on. So basically, my client asked for number 2 with the grain, but as you can see, his hair was still looking a bit spiky. So all I did was I took my number 1.5 guard. I started off with my lever open. It still wasn't getting it nice and smooth enough, so I went ahead and I closed my lever. At times, you just need to do these type of things just to make sure that the cut actually looks fresh. I know you should always listen to what your client wants, but sometimes you just need to add your own opinion, and then at the end of the day, that you'll notice that it was a much better idea, instead of leaving the client to look rough or anything like that. So next off, I'm back with my Wahl magic clip. I have my number 2 guard on, and now all we're doing is we're focusing on softening up that harsh guideline we have left over there. And now all we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be fading down, because we don't want to take our fade up any higher. I want to keep it that dark at the transition point. So all we're gonna basically do is we're gonna fade our way down. Now I have my number 1.5 guard on, starting off with my lever open. Once I am comfortable with the length, I'll go ahead and close my lever. And now as you can see, the fade is already coming together really nicely. We're starting to see a nice transition. and a very nice smooth blend. I want you guys to let me know in the comment section if you also thought this was an entirely different person. We hit him with a major transformation. So yeah, just let me know in the comment section how you feel about today's tutorial. Drop the flame emoji if you think it's fire. Drop the thumbs down if you don't like it. Next off, we're gonna go to our number 1 guard, starting off with our lever open. And as you notice, the technique I use, or well, let me rather say the steps I use, everything works hand in hand. All the steps are basically the same. The only thing that's changing is the clips that you're using. And as you can see, I close my lever, and now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do detailing. Now the blend, as you can see, we have a very nice blend over there. And now I have no guard on, lever open. All I'm doing is I'm going ahead, I'm detailing. So what I'll be doing over here is I'll be going back and forth with my number 1 guard and taking my number 1 guard off, starting off with my lever open, so now basically all we're doing is we're doing a whole lot of detailing. As you can see, I'm also focusing at the corners of my blades, making sure that I get the blend as smooth and as tight as possible. But I really want you guys to see what the lineup does for the cut. The lineup really brings this cut to life. Now I just went ahead, I gave my client a very quick brush session. Just want to make sure I got all the hair laying down nicely. And what I do is, before I start with my lineups, I go ahead and I apply some holding spray to my client's hairline.
Few moments later.
Nice in place. Make sure it makes you get a nice and crispy lineup. And now I won't say too much. As you guys know, I always start my lineups in the center. I move either to the left or the right. And I'm just gonna sit back and let you guys watch how this lineup brings this entire haircut to life. Now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do some razor work. So basically, you know, I always spray some water on my clients just so that I have a smoother shave. Always apply some water, then I go ahead, I come through with my razor, clean them up. So basically what I did there was I just brushed down all the hair again, and I came through with my Wahl Detailer, basically to just get rid of all the small layers. And as you can see, this was my client before we got the cut in, and this is what Mr. Jalen looked like as soon as we're done with the cut. Guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about today's video. If you are new to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Definitely smash the notification bell. Leave a comment, let me know how you feel about the content. It was your boy Enrico the Barber. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Until the next one, peace.